But things are changing now. Things are so different now. And today with what we're dealing with is all of this awareness, people like you. And when they hire people like me, the guy who's been hacking and breaking into stuff, what I'm always dealing with are security solutions now. How many of you are familiar with products like SIM solutions, network access control solutions, right? These are the things that I run into all the time. So now today as a tester, this is what I have to deal with. So what I wanted to do is I just wanted to say, you know what? Let's just do some demos. So what I have here is an intrusion detection system. So we'll clear all the alerts, and right now it's clean. So, hint, hint, what we're looking for is red stuff right here. Everybody with me? Okay, so I'm running an intrusion detection system. I'm gonna do some attacks against one of my own servers, and we wanna watch what gets detected by the IDS and what doesn't, and let's just talk about that. Fair enough? Okay, everybody nod your heads. Good. All right, so, let's say we have ourselves a website, nice little web page, pretty easy, right? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on a link. When I click on that link, does everybody notice now we have text here? Okay, so book detail.aspx question mark ID equals 1. Okay, so what's happening is the front end web server is talking to the database back end. Web server's like, hey, database, do you have a record that corresponds with book ID number 1? Database is like, yeah, sure, I got it. Check it out. Here it is. So you end up getting this book. But if we said, hey, database, can I have one that corresponds with record number 2? Database says, yeah, sure, you get this book. So this is what's called dynamic content. When, as the address dynamically changes in the address bar, the query that's passed to the database changes dynamically, right? Dynamic page content. This is the root cause for SQL injection, which is the demo I'm going to do right now. So, I run into these things called web application firewalls and intrusion detection systems all the time. And now, I always run into people saying, okay, well, we want to do the penetration test, but we want to do it while we're using our defensive stuff to try to catch you. So I said, okay, well, sure, doesn't bother me. Why not? So, let's say I have something like this. Give you guys an example. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a single tick like this. So right after the number 2, I put in a single tick, just like that. So when I do that, look at the error message that I get. See, unclose quotation mark after the character string. This is exactly what we want. We as an attacker, as soon as we see this, we go, there's SQL injection. Now, if we look at our IDS, how's our IDS going? Good job, right? Okay, well, we can do some other ways of detecting SQL injection. Let's say, for example, we can replace the parameter. So in this case, it's 2. I can replace it with just a single quote. Okay, that's also SQL injection, getting rid of the parameter altogether, right? Okay, now let's see. Oh, okay, those aren't real attacks. I'll clean those up. About to say, I thought I got detected. Okay, so let's take a look here. So this is pretty common. There's a couple of other things that you can do for SQL injection. So when a lot of people see these attacks, they immediately start to say to themselves, okay, why don't I try something like this? 132, right? Did you guys just mess up my demo? Did you guys break my demo? You broke my demo, didn't you? All right, we'll do it this way. Okay, so this is one of the things that we do to try and detect if SQL injection is possible. So it looks stupid. I'm just going to say, whatever I'm asking for in the ID, I'm going to put it in parentheses. Now, if I get the same page as the request without parentheses, that's SQL injection. So the fact that this returns this page is proof that that's SQL injection. Now guys, look here. Here's 2. Whoops. Here's 2. And here's 1. Everybody notice how the page changed? Okay, now, if I put in parentheses 3 minus 1, I still get the same database value as page 2. Does that make sense, guys? So without actually putting in anything that looks like a select statement, if you can make the database perform arithmetic functions, you're proving that there's SQL injection. So this is one of the things that I do when I'm up against intrusion detection systems, web application firewalls. It's logic, right? It's a logic test. You're trying to say, okay, I know that he has this defensive mechanism in place. Okay? Now here I am, I'm steadily doing SQL injection, but what's our IDS telling us? Nothing. Looks good to me, boss.